balls, this is where you go. Welcome to the Mizzle Dub Show, where they know sports. If you wanna know about sports, this is where you go.
First down, touchdown, first down, touchdown, yeah. First down, touchdown, yeah. First down, touchdown, yeah. First down, touchdown, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, cuz you did indeed say that. Yes, indeed. We are back. And yes, this is episode number 185 of the Mizzle and Dub Show, to where it is set. The play-in matchups are set in the National Basketball Association, and both of Mizzle's teams are involved, as you can see by his headline under his name. But we are going to recap what did happen and take place in the final NBA Sunday of the regular season. And for those that was there with us during the A7FL recap show, welcome to 185 of the Mizzle and Dub Show. He's Mizzle. I am Dub. And we're going to get right into the scores that happened today on the final regular season Sunday for the National Basketball Association. Nuggets get the win over the Grizzlies, 126 to 111. As Reggie or Mr. Gigi Jackson, he had 44 of them big ones in a losing effort. LaRavia had 29. Pippen Jr. had 15 in a losing cause. The Joker only had 5 assists, but he did have a nice 15 boards, 15 points. But it was Jamal Murray leading the way for 21, as the Nuggets had 7 in double figures. As the Nuggets finished with a.
What you telling me?
He woke up prematurely. Yes, he did.
Okay.
So there you have it. There you have it with that. Nuggets finished the year 57-25. Nuggets 27-55. The Suns beat the Timberwolves 125 to 106. The Suns finished 49-33 as the Suns avoid the first round, or they avoid the play-in game as they beat the Timberwolves by a final score of 125 to 106. But not to be dismayed, the Timberwolves finished the season with an impressive 55-26 record in the regular season, their highest win total in a very, very long time. And having Karl Anthony Towns back for a playoff push is going to be huge for Minnesota, as they definitely can need it. Bradley Beal had 36 to lead the Suns. Booker had 23. Allen had 20, and Durant had a very minuscule 15 points for Phoenix. Gobert had 21, Towns had 10, Conley had 17, Edwards 13, and Reed added 10 off the bench for the Timberwolves, which again finishes the year 56-26. Lakers beat the Pelicans by a final score of 124 to 108. Heat beat the Raptors 118-113. Hornets beat the Cavaliers 120 to 110, and the Celtics beat the Wizards 132 to 122. But
the Bucks had one fucking job,
and Magic, and they didn't do that job very well, as the Magic thrashed the Bucks 113 to 88. It took overtime, but the New York Knicks get the win 120 to 119 over the Bulls in overtime. And the Indiana Pacers laid down some shaft on the Atlanta Hawks. Brace yourself from what I'm about to say, folks.
Yeah, it's about to get nasty.
The Atlanta Hawks, the Indiana Pacers put up 157 points tonight. 157 to 115 over the Indiana Pacers. Again, Lakers beat the Pelicans 124 to 108. Thunder thrashed the Mavericks 135 to 86. Spurs beat the Pistons 123 to 95. Rockets beat the Clippers 116 to 105 as the Clippers are leaking oil into the playoffs. Kings beat the Blazers 121 to 82. And the Golden State Warriors, with no Green, no Curry, Klay Thompson said, "Hold my beer," as the Warriors get their 46th win of the season as they
Yes.
win 123 to 116 over the Utah Jazz. And even though the Orlando Magic did not do their job, they played some very sloppy basketball. But
They did.
even though it's still the regular season, but for the last time in the regular season, they lived and breathed that Philadelphia freedom as the Sixers close out the season on a winning track as they win at home over the Brooklyn Nets 107 to 86
Big fella.
as Sir Elton John comes in and sings his heart with no Embiid as he set up for this game. Tyrese Maxey led the way with 26 for the Sixers. Tobias Harris had 21, but it was 3 off the bench for Philadelphia in double figures. Buddy Hill had 19, Kane had 10, and Reed had 13 as Philadelphia finishes the year 47-35.
And Mo Bamba had a good game too. His stats won't come up as spectacular, but he made some tremendous blocks, grabbed some good rebounds, and did a couple of putbacks. So it was just a good way to end the season and get into the play in. But I'm so nervous playing this Heat culture, man. It ain't gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy.
It's definitely not going to be easy. And in the Warriors' case, Klay Thompson led the way with 25. Andrew Wiggins had 19. Sarge had 12 off the bench. Santos had 13 off the bench. Keonis had 12 off the bench to give the Warriors the 7-point win over the Utah Jazz, 123 to 116. As now we come into the second season in the National Basketball Association, as pretty much now it's, in a sense, win or go home, for lack of a better term, for these 4 teams that are in. We had an all Northern California matchup in the first round last year. Well, we got one again for the play-in game, as the Kings and Warriors will be set to do battle.
Fuck that bean.
And yes, there goes Mizzle, already in rare season form, talking about the beam can go away.
Yeah. I can see that shit too for my job when it's lit. So I'll definitely be in Warrior gear Tuesday, and just to rub it in all those Kings fans that's at my job. So let's go Dubs. I need I need that heart of a champion. They need to play the Rocky music before they come out on the floor.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong, but I mean, could we say the Warriors, even though they're right now sitting at the number 10 slot, having to play in the play-in game, would you say would you say that there's more pressure on the Kings than it is on the Warriors, especially with the Kings being at home?
Yes and no. Yes, because they've been in this situation. Well, they haven't been in this situation, but they played the Warriors already. So you guess you can. I don't. It's. I think I'm more shocked that they were playing in the playing tournament. Like I didn't think they would be this far down in the conference, especially how they played last year. Um, do they think in the back of their mind? I think this go yes. Okay, I'll say yes. Is because I think they're going to dwell on what happened to them last year and not just go out there and play their style of basketball. Which, if you want to be honest, they slightly are the better team than the Warriors. If you want to be, if you want to look at it,
If you really watch basketball, that is.
if you yes, but you cannot deny. And Stephen A. Smith says this all the time, which is a true statement, and it goes beyond what Stephen A. says. You can't deny a heart of a champion. The
No.
Warriors don't have four for no reason.
Correct.
It's definitely good to see that Clay is starting to get some form of his game back. You know, Draymond is still Draymond, but it seems like he's a little more controlled and he's playing basketball instead of trying to be the shit show Draymond.
Or the vigilante.
That too. But it's also gonna be hard because Sabonis, man, when Sabonis is playing good basketball, man, that team goes.
He literally is a walking triple double every time he steps on the floor, as he was the leader in triple doubles this year for the National Basketball Association.
And you know De'Aaron Fox is gonna try to step up to the plate because you know he wants to definitely stick it to us Warrior fans. So you mean he can literally walk on the floor and put 50 on you real quick. So
that he can. But hold that thought. I'm gonna go pay the water bill real quick and I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. So I'll just continue to talk about not lighting this damn beam then, okay?
You can do that.
It's gonna be very difficult. And that's crazy because he beat me to it. So when he comes back, it's just gonna be vice versa. But it's gonna be difficult because that arena is gonna be loud. The Kings are gonna want to try to prove that they can be the new team, the overtake the Warriors, even though let's just be real. The Warriors are starting to get up there a little bit in age. So okay, I'll answer that question. No. You let Mike Brown continue to build what he's doing with that organization. I mean, they're already exceeding what I expected them to be last year. I didn't even expect them to be the number what I think they were number 5 seed, if I'm not correct, 4 or 5. Didn't see that happen. Maybe saw that this year than what I saw, what they did last year. I could have seen them playing what they're doing last year, this year. I had them in the play-in tournament last year, but to see what they're doing, no. You let Mike Brown cook, man. He's a good coach, and he'll get him there. Just think about it. The man coached LeBron and got LeBron to the finals. Mike Brown has been damn near a winner everywhere he's been. Even when he was the coach, I think did he coach the Lakers? Yes, he coached the Lakers and got the Lakers into the playoffs. So I wouldn't make that move to fire him. I'll give him maybe 2 more years to see where he can go with that, and just continue to build off the roster. De'Aaron Fox goes nowhere. I don't see that happening. It also depends on contract situations. I don't think the Kings are in any kind of contract bad situation. So I would see what it looks like. If anybody was to possibly leave, I could see maybe Sabonis, but that's kind of hard. Maybe Malik Monk, but I don't know. I see them kind of adding on to this roster instead of breaking up the roster. But then again, you never know. Somebody might feel that they can take their talents elsewhere. But I wouldn't want to leave right now. Look what the Minnesota Timberwolves are doing. Did you expect them to be where they are? The Thunder. So I wouldn't want to move from the Kings, and they got a shot. They are very talented. If they just put a couple of pieces more there. Now, is that a big man? You get somebody to go with Fox more, or so I don't know. That's a good question. We have to look at that, what their cap is, and what certain players have years left on their contract, and would they trade some of the players? So you never know. I do like the matchup with the Heat and the Sixers. That just makes me kind of nervous because you don't know where Jimmy Butler's going to show up. You don't know how Embiid's going to play. Can Tobias Harris, even though he had a good game, it's these play-ins is real. It'll get you nervous. But here's the thing: with also with the play-in, the Lakers win, they get the Nuggets. Now, if there's any Laker fans right now that are watching that want to chime in, do you even want to see the Nuggets right now? I mean, I think I will try to avoid that as possible. But well, you can't avoid that. So you win, you play them. That's oof. We also happen to know what happened last year when the Lakers played the Nuggets. That was a pretty good good series. But do you want that though? And would you be nervous as a Laker fan having to go 7 with defending champs? Mm. Does LeBron have a good series in him to go toe to toe with the Joker and Jamal Murray and everybody out there in the mile high of Denver, Colorado? I don't know. If that happens, I would. This is just foreshadowing. I know we'll do multiple shows when it comes as the playoffs continue to go along. But if that series just so happens, I would take Denver 4 games to 2. Somewhere down the line, AD does not even finish the whole series because the man just breaks down every year. So that's. But the end of there, you never know. Hell, the Lakers might not even win that one. I mean, they do got a pretty good game coming up. They should take that, but if they you don't want to play the Nuggets right now. Nobody should be wanting to play the Nuggets right now. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't want to be playing the Nuggets in the first round. Nope. Nope. Because like I say, the Joker can just decide he wants to wake up and be like, I'm gonna walk into this arena. I'm gonna bring my good old lunch pail with me, and I'm bringing a triple double with me with a side of bacon. Yes, I said bacon. That man's a tremendous basketball player. So, but there will be no beam lighting in Sacramento on Tuesday. I'm hoping that, and if that happens, if it doesn't happen, I will be fine with coming back on television or on the streaming service and be like, yeah, I was wrong. I'm not gonna be wrong.
I I don't think the Lakers want to get swept by the Nuggets again. I'm just saying.
Oh, so you're going? I was being generous and giving them 2. So you gonna say it's gonna be just a full fledged sweep, huh?
Well, it was last year, so why can it not happen again?
That would give me great joy.
Yes, it would. It would give me tremendous joy. But right now, as we look at the final standings in the association, as again, like we said, Tuesday through Friday is the playing games in the National Basketball Association. And as we look at the standings, folks, you might fall out of your seat from what I'm about to say right now, but they have earned this and it is well deserved. The New York Knickerbockers are your number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. I'm going to say that again. The New York Knicks, the same Knickerbockers that Stephen A. Smith wanted to cuss them out because they did not go get Donovan Mitchell, the Spider.
Yes.
Those same New York Knicks are
Yes.
once again your number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. That is a kudos to the job Tom Thibodeau has done. That's a kudos to what the Knicks have done. as an organization to put themselves in that situation. But yeah, they're your number 2 seed in the whole
They could be
entire Eastern Conference.
they could be
That's
scary.
yeah, they can be. Yes, absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely, absolutely. And
I mean,
hey, Kenny, you're not wrong. Absolutely salute to them. You are not wrong. I mean, they have been fun to watch. Dante DiVincenzo took what he learned from Curry and he has applied it to himself with the
yes,
Knicks.
yes,
Josh Hart, same thing. Um, them training RJ Barrett and getting who they got from Toronto has been a help. And of course, Jalen Brunson, he is just special. And like I said, Tom Thibodeau putting it together, and the Knicks, rightfully so, earning the number 2 slot in the Eastern Conference. So I agree. A huge salute and shout out to the New York Knickerbockers for doing what they did. So here is the final 6 seeding in the Eastern Conference. Again, Boston 1, the Knicks 2, the Bucks 3, Cavaliers 4, Orlando, Mizzle's sleeper team for the whole entire season. The Orlando Magic is at 5, and they are in a locked-in matchup with the Cavaliers as the 4-5 is locked
that
in. So we
is
do
going to
know,
be fun to watch.
yeah, once upon a time, these two teams played each other in an Eastern Conference final. It was
Did
LeBron versus Dwight Howard, and the Orlando Magic came back to win that in 5. And of course, Indiana at 6, and of course, it'll be the Heat and the Sixers, which will make Mizzle very, very nervous because, as we know, Jimmy Butler loves to turn on the switch when it is indeed playoff time. And again, the Bulls, Steve Dogan's beloved Bulls, will play the Atlanta Hawks, so on and so forth. In the Western Conference, the Oklahoma City Thunder are your number 1 seed in the Western Conference.
wow,
Yes,
wow.
The former Seattle Supersonics in the number 1 seed in the West.
But we did say on our NBA show that the West was going to be shaken up. That we
Yes,
would not
yes, we
be
did.
shocked with the Timberwolves or the Thunder being where they are right now. But we already knew the Nuggets were going to be there, just given that they are who they are and they are going to defend the champs. So not shocked at this top 4 that you're about to name right now.
No, top 4 in the West. It is OKC 1, Nuggets 2, Timberwolves 3, Clippers 4, Mavericks 5, Phoenix 6. So it'll be the Clippers and Mavericks playing against each other. And again, in the nightcap or in the play-in, you have the Pelicans, Lakers, Kings, and Warriors. Warriors the 10th seed, Kings trying to instill some discipline into
That
them.
might be the
Dustin,
best matchup out of the play-in. I'm not really. It doesn't. I'm not moved by the Pelicans and Lakers. You know,
no,
given that I don't like the Lakers, period. But but really, I mean the Pelicans. Okay, you know Zion Williams. I mean C.J. McCollum is a walking bucket at any given moment.
yes, he
So
is.
I mean maybe that'll give that assignment. And Brandon Ingram can stick it to his team that drafted him, who I believe they should have never let that young man walk. But whatever, it is what it is.
You are definitely not wrong on that because there is some people that can play on this Pelicans team.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
that's for certain. Um,
Does AD show up?
that's a big question. That is a huge, huge question. And if he does, how effective is he going to be, given his injury history? We
I
don't
mean,
know. So
just tap him on his nose. He'll be out for 2 quarters. Then there might be a little trouble.
he is saying bust out the smelling salts for sure, for sure. So let's see what
Yeah,
we got.
that won't even bring him back.
Not at all. So Tuesday, the matchups will be um, kicking it off at 4:30 in New Orleans. It'll be the Pelicans and the Lakers on that Tuesday. as we start.
To come out and listen to that.
Both games will be on TNT, and of course, it'll be the Warriors and Kings in the nightcap at the big sheet metal that is Golden One Center.
Well, let's hope
That's
that
it.
there will be some empty rooms on those two on Tuesday. If not, I'll be asking the UA. So can we get that? Might be the only night that I might be okay with the person that's running the show moving beds, especially if it opens up a room to where I can just put the TV on if it's not too busy. Yeah, but this is playoff time. Normally, when the playoffs or the finals come around, you will catch a lot of coworkers in rooms just doing this,
Mm-hmm.
and you can
All the
hear the
time.
you can sometimes hear the bed alarm, and somebody be like, "You gonna go get that?" Like, you should go check on that. No. The staff does a good job. All jokes aside, even though we might be in the room checking out on the game, they do take care of those people very well. So,
And don't mess with their pigeons, by God.
oh
So
no.
the Wednesday matchup will be Heat 76ers, Hawks, and the Bulls. And then on Friday, you'll have the winners of those matchups. So you'll have the winners in each of those games in the championship game
Guess what?
on
Guess
Friday.
what?
Yes.
Tuesday is my Friday.
And then on Saturday, a quadruple header.
Oh,
Knicks will host whomever wins. Magic and Cavaliers will go at it, and the Nuggets are to be determined. And the Suns are playing the Timberwolves. But the Knicks will have home court in this first round series against their team to be determined, as once again, the Mecca is staring into you, and the rhythm is indeed
that
definitely going to
arena
get you.
is going to blow the roof off. You have a good quality New York basketball team in the playoffs. We know what happens when the Knicks were good with Patrick Ewing, with Starks in Houston and
Stars
Oakley.
for three.
Exactly. I mean, you had Marv Albert calling the great games and stuff like that. So, or we can even bring out when Carmelo Anthony was getting the Knicks into the playoffs. So that the Mecca is going to be lit, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, as we always say, um, playoff atmosphere inside the world's most famous arena, inside the Mecca,
Yeah.
is very, 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 very,
Oh yeah.
very special. So, I mean, it is. I mean, if it's the Rangers or if it's the Knicks, they get loud and crazy for their beloved prospective teams. Before we get back into the preview of the playing games, quick recap in Sunday's action in Major League Baseball. The Rays take 2-3 from the Giants, 9-4. They get the win. Don't look now, but the A's have won. If I'm not mistaken, hold on. Let me get the actual facts here, because the A's have been quite shocking some people on the forefront. So definitely want to give Mike Kotze his credit for having those young kids on the A's play hard. They have withstand the test thus far. As they, let's see here, where are we at? As I'm trying to give you the right winning streak, because the A's have played a lot better lately. If I can give you the right analogy, hold on.
Well,
The
whatever
A's
you
have
want.
won. The A's have won 6 out of their last 8, and they are
Oh,
not. Yeah, they've been playing some very good ball. They won the series against the Nationals, and now looking to carry that against the Nationals, as I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if it'll come back. There it is. All right. Um, what is going on here? Come on now, do your job. There's you go. There's the one. All right. A's won 6 out of 8. They beat the Nationals 7-6. Another walk off. Diamondbacks take the series. They shut out the Cardinals 5-0. Red Sox beat the Angels 5-4. Baltimore beats Milwaukee 6-4. Phillies and the Pirates, all Pirates. as they win the Battle of Philadelphia 9-2 against the Phillies. Rockies and Blue Jays in Mile High at Denver's high altitude is 5-0 in favor of the Rockies
Mm.
as we await more stuff. Pirates beat the Phillies 9-2. Blue Jays shut out the Rockies 5-0. Braves beat the Marlins 9-7. Mets beat the Royals 2-1. Twins lose to the Tigers 4-3. Guardians beat the Yankees 8-7. Reds bust out the whooping stick on the White Sox 11-4 in the Battle of Texas. It's the Rangers getting the win this time over the Texas Rangers 8-5. Cubs beat the Mariners 3-2. And the San Diego Padres beat the Dodgers 6-3. That is your recaps going on in Major League Baseball. But I guess my next question would be for you, my guys. Who do you think is your MVP, even though Embiid was injured most of the year?
Well, I'm gonna have to go with SAG.
The MVP? That's not a bad choice.
Well, remember he was in my top three at the time. It was him,
Yes.
Embiid, and Joker that I had in my
Yes.
top three. I mean,
Yes.
you can kind of say you can want to hand it to Jokic. I mean, you could throw maybe Luka in there, but if I had my two, it'll come down to maybe SAG and Jokic to win it. That would. I mean, the kid has been balling.
That he
I mean,
has.
and he has the Thunder at the number one seed. But I would love that they would move this trophy. I mean, I guess you can't say that because it's the regular season, not the whole year.
Yes. Yes.
So, but if we're just going on regular season right now, I'll give the SAG. But I just wish Embiid could have played more and was more healthy because I think it would have been a nice tight race between those three that I picked.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I just that there's just some more to explore. But like I said, the Knicks having home court for the first
Oh,
round
you
and
know what?
semifinals.
You know what? Let me take that. Let me take that back. Let me. You know who I should put
Okay.
his name should be involved into the MVP race too.
Who's
Jalen
that?
Brunson should get Jalen Brunson.
Yes. Yes.
That young man
Yes.
should get
Yes.
some talk with the MVP. He's been balling as well too. I mean, I think he had a string of 40-point games that he put together. So we cannot
Yes, he did.
deny that the Knicks have been a lot better since he's been there, and he's showing you the reason why the Knicks gave him all that money to pull him away from the Mavericks. So Jalen Brunson should be in the talks as well, hands down.
Yes, he should be. You won't get no argument from me on that. I mean, it is what it is. So, how do you see the Northern California Battle for to get in between the Kings and the Warriors? The Warriors part the blue and gold sea.
Well, they just got to continue to run that offense, man. Just, it's like beating the dead horse. We say this every time when it comes to the Warriors. When they're on, that sets up that 3-point shot when they're running the offense. When they're running that, whatever you want to call it, it may look like the triangle, but it's not the triangle. Whatever Kerr uses from Popovich, what he learned from Phil Jackson. But when that ball is moving and Draymond Green is in his bag, just making everything look running together, and not even that, the bench. Let's just give the bench some credit too. I mean, the youngsters have been playing some good basketball as well. If Kaminga can still stay on his game, uh, hopefully Wiggins got his mind right. But they got all defense. Get the rebounds. Don't let Sabonis bully down low by getting the offensive rebounds and stuff like that. Get the ball, move the ball up court.
Well,
Pozinski, you're gonna need him to play huge. But this is where Pozinski's gonna have to step up, especially when Curry's not on the floor. And this is another reason why you have Chris Paul on your roster. This is where Chris Paul needs to show that he can play playoff fucking basketball. You know, so
very, very good stuff. So, Unc, Mr. Riley, has chimed in and given his three candidates for MVP in the association to Jokic, Embiid, and
Embiid can't be in the MVP.
no. I meant to say SGA, but Embiid's on my mind for some. So he said Jokic. He said Shea Gilgis Alexander, and Jason Tatum. He gave those three.
I don't know about Tatum. He's not been that consistent. I mean, he's been somewhat consistent, but Tatum has a lot of games to where he'll have that one game to where he's just lights out basketball, and then he'll show up to an arena and shoot 2 of 12. Come out with like 10, 12 points, and just have a what the hell kind of game. I mean, that's kind of nice, but I don't know. If anything, Jaylen Brown has been carrying the team when he's been on the court better than Tatum has. He's been the most consistent player on there. Even though they just signed Drew Holiday to a big contract, which that was very smart.
Yeah, he got a nice pay raise from the Boston Celtics. That's for sure.
Which was very smart. Don't even let him smell free agency.
Nope.
That's pretty good with there. But I'm on the fence with Tatum.
Well, we do not get to see the man play in college like we did Mr. Jaylen Brown as he torched the Oregon Ducks and had some ducks for dinner.
Let me stop you right there. So you're telling me to stop dreaming about the Dubs. Do you believe old-ass LeBron James and AD is going to bring a title back to so-called Tinseltown? And you're telling me to stop dreaming about the Warriors? The damn Warriors have a better chance than floppy-ass LeBron bringing a real title back to L.A. Y'all keep living on that damn Mickey Mouse trophy. And then, you know what? Go to timeout for even mentioning that. Go to the dark corner and just look at it, and we'll say, I will never comment on my nephew's show about dreaming about their team. And to think about the Lakers are going to bring a title. Wait, what? You better be glad I got an ounce of respect for you and with that aspect of that team. Better be glad you a Raider and Giants fan, because we will have a lot to talk about. Telling me to stop dreaming about the Dubs. I'm always going to, just like I have a dream the Raiders are always going to win a Super Bowl. You want me to stop dreaming about that? Oh, I can't believe it's here. Oh, I love you, but woof. That's almost like Aunt Rosa being a Dodger fan and you a Laker fan. So one time of the year, I don't know who the hell you guys are.
Unbelievable.
My bad.
No. Hey, I love the passion because
you just can't come on here and try to talk about my team that won an actual championship through a whole year and didn't have to go to Walt Disney to claim to be a fucking champion.
Unbelievable. Oh, God.
Well, I'll tell you this. Chef Curry got a better chance than the damn LeBron James. And, I rolled up the court and somebody slapped me on my nose, AD. Softer than Charmin toilet paper. And you're just going to sit here and try to tell me to stop dreaming about the damn Warriors.
Now, which Brendan are we talking about? EJ Wizzle? Are we talking about
Crawford, Ingram? That's about the only two that I know.
Well, I mean, Brandon Ingram is a tremendous player to talk about because he has tremendous upside and, in a sense, a chance to stick it to his former team if they happen to meet each other in the playoffs as the playoffs go along. So, I mean, it is a stacked lineup in the playoffs for the association.
Instead of worrying about what my Warriors are going through, won't you worry about C.J. McCollum, Brandon Ingram, and Zion Williams? How about that?
Again, he is unleashing the passion as he is being talked about his team. So I'm going to presume that the foursome or the tandem that will lead their men on to victory. I think the two-man game is still strong between Jokic and Murray. It's very hard to contain. You don't know which version of Booker you're going to get in the playoffs. You can get the Booker that was hot in the first half and does not get the ball in the second half. And you're like, where is Booker? Why is he not getting the ball? I mean, there's a whole lot of traits going on here with these matchups in the association. So How it will go, if I can find it. No, that's not it. Doggone it, that's not it. Come on now. What
Push
I
right.
say you must obey. We're not doing this today, all right? You will cease to be. You will do it right now.
Well, technology.
Nonetheless,
Well, also on the a good side note, as you said, we have a triple header on Saturday, correct? With the NBA playoff basketball.
you are correct. You are
Not
correct.
only
You are correct.
do not forget Ryan Garcia is fighting Devin Haney.
Mm. Mm-mm.
Do you not think that would be on my television some way somehow?
Oh, it would be on a whole lot of people's television, probably throwing shade on Mr. Haywood. Um, Doing a fantastic job as always on the camera screen and bringing you all the stuff that you see. But it's just going to be a very interesting session between the Warriors and Kings, picking up from Game 7 of a year ago in the first round. I guess you could call this Game 8, for lack of a better term. But yes, that is. Yes, that is EJ Russell. Yes, that is. But nonetheless,
You to be here Saturday, right? You can respond at any moment, but I do expect you to be here Saturday.
as just there's a family gathering and Mr. Cleophas Jones will be in his element, and he just responded and answered yes. So there you go. So the NBA play-in playoff matchups are set. They are set in stone. They will not change, for lack of a better term.
So yeah, we're
And
locked
it's
in.
we're definitely locked in. We're locked in and ready to go and just see what it is and just see how ready these teams are. Because again, if you thought the Insomniacs were going to get everyone's best shot, you have not seen nothing yet, as they will continue to get everybody's best shot. Wait a minute. Okay.
Wait, we gotta we gotta read the comments that Mr. Brooks just said. The empty stands trophy.
Oh, baby. Mr. Brooks bringing down the passion and the knowledge.
That was good. That's good. I love that one.
I mean, that's all. That's almost like Deadpool saying, "I only got 12 bullets, and you guys have to share."
Well, three of them got it. Well, two and a half because it didn't completely go through the guy's head. Anyway,
That is a great analogy, KB. The empty stands trophy. That's
right?
awesome. That
It-
is
Quality. It's gold. It's golden.
great.
Take
Great.
that, Uncle Bobby.
Which again, by the way, a friendly reminder. We will be next week, next Thursday, day one of the NFL draft. The Mizzle and Dub Show will be live, giving on thoughts on which team is going to pick which.
Prepare.
And
Shocker. The Raiders will draft Jaden Daniels. I am saying it right now. Oh, that's for you, sir. Look at my cousin coming up on the show, asking great questions and just being knowledgeable to everything. Go ahead,
like I
sir.
s- li- like I said, and I'm going to make myself very clear of this. If you don't want to be on the team, get the hell out and don't come back trying to give yourself kiss and makeup. Okay. Now you
That's
want
right.
to say that. Now you want to say this is your agent doing that, this, that, and this, that, and the third. Okay. Me and Mizzle have always talked about you want players that want to come to your organization. We have
100%.
stressed that, and we will forever stress that on this show. Again, Brandon Ayuk, you are currently under contract. You are
Oh,
still on your rookie. You are still on your rookie deal. Okay.
honor thy
Yes,
contract.
yes, honor your damn contract. Take the Larry Fitzgerald route. Shut up, report to work, do your job, and you will get your proper compensation. But no, you want to sit there and possibly hold out. Ask your teammate Debo Samuel how working out worked out for him. He was not
Mm-mm.
productive. He was not productive at all in 2022. Well, yeah, I'm sure there has been, but here's okay. Here's the thing. Do you think Brandon Ayuk is going to be the focal target if he goes to Miami to play with
No,
Tua? No.
no.
If he goes to Indianapolis and play with Anthony Richardson? No. Maybe slightly you might have a chance with Will Levis in Tennessee, but still more than likely no. So again, let's see if you do that if you don't play with another quarterback not by the name of Brock Purdy. Because it was
God,
Brock
what's that?
Purdy. It was Brock Purdy that made you better as a receiver, which in sense made him better as a quarterback. So
Hmm.
again, if you don't want to be here, if you don't want to play for this organization, then ask for a trade and get the doggone heck out. Period. And that's really truly I feel because again, like I've already said earlier, the Niner fans are acting like they don't have nobody to come in and replace him. Yes, they do. His name is Ronnie Bell,
Woo!
and you
Hey,
saw what he.
that young man needs more playing time. I mean, he's getting all of it on special teams and everything like that. But that young man can run routes. He can catch the ball, and he'll go get it.
Yeah, he
He'll
will.
run. He'll run any route.
Yeah.
So uh, maybe you trade him? Do you
Well,
try to get some form of compensation for him?
I know what Kenny Brooks has said. He said,
You can see what my cousin said as well, and we already see what Mr. Brooks said. I mean,
yeah,
if I don't think if we're trading up to get Jaden Daniels, I kind of see that don't happen unless the Niners want to take something like a fifth. He ain't nothing four. The lowest I can see a four. But other than that, I'm not giving up a 3-2 or 3 or 2 for Ayuk because I
I,
don't think it now. Here's another thing: can he be a number one, or is he better as being a complimentary receiver?
I don't think he's the number one. If you're asking him to be the guy, I don't think he is because that is a large stadium to overrun in. And I mean, it is what it is. Like I
And
said,
so here's the question I have for my fellow nation brethren that are watching. So let's just say that you guys are saying that he can come to Vegas. So who are we going to give up? Because you already got Adams, you got Jacoby Myers, you got Trey Tucker. So who are we? Somebody's going to have to go out of that wide receiver room, and we know it's not going to be Devontae Adams. We know that, and
which yes,
it's definitely not going to be Jacoby Myers. So
which
who are we going to lose to get Ayuk? And think about also this: you're going to have to pay him, and he ain't taking no discount because clearly he ain't giving the Niners a discount to where he's already comfortable with his quarterback and stuff like that. So, are we going to pay Ayuk just to be comfortable?
that's an ultimate good
So we
question.
so KP, if we give it up, KB, if we give it up Tucker, that's our deep threat. That's our speedster. Remember, we also already lost Hunter Renfro, which still burns.
It burns in his soul.
We still need that deep threat, and Ayuk ain't no speedster. And if we're trying to, in the way that Coach Pierce wants to run this offense, it's run the ball and attack downfield.
Well, Kenny Brooks just said I give up Tuck.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying here. This is what I'm saying. So
Carry
I
on.
I would don't get me wrong. Ayuk will be a good asset, but something has to go for that to get him. And I don't think we want to. I don't think Telesco is going to give up that money. I I would like IU, but I just don't. I don't see the fit. I don't see the fit.
Now without Jerry Rice, it won't fit.
I don't. It's never mind. I'm not going to use that statement because it would have been a bad thing to say at the moment. So I'm not going to say that.
Oh,
But I just don't think. No, I was going to throw an OJ quote in there, but that wasn't the proper thing to say right now, especially what happened with the juice. So I would love Ayuk. I just don't. He wants to get paid. He damn near want close to Devontae Adams money.
you're not Devontae Adams, nor do you play like him.
Devontae Adams.
You don't play. You don't play like him. And
No,
plus, I know
Devontae Adams is a full-fledged one, hands down. One wide receiver. When you think about wide receiver number one, you think Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson, Keenan Allen. You know, you think about that. Now, when you say wide receiver, you think Ayuk at best. I think Juwan Jennings is a better receiver than Ayuk. And again, not a Niner fan. Just know what I'll see on the field. Because in the situation, when the situation was there, who did Brock Purdy look for? It wasn't Ayuk. It was Juwan Jennings. Just saying. And yes, he did request a trade, but what is he worth? You got to think about when he requests that trade, you're going to also lose picks and you're going to have to sign him to a contract. And you got to think about this. Justin Jefferson ain't got paid yet. That's one thing you got to consider. And especially if Ayuk is thinking he is on the same level as Justin Jefferson, which again, Justin Jefferson is wide receiver number one. So let's see. But who's your speedster? You got to think about. It's all sounds good, but if you ain't got no threat to stretch the field, you got to think. Devontae Adams is coming up in age. He's over 30. All right. Jacoby Myers, he's what his mid 20s. Okay, he ain't that speed threat. He can stretch the field, yes, but you need that 4.2, 4.3 speed to open up the field for Devontae Adams to work the middle of the field, for Jacoby Myers to get those slants. I am not giving up tuck and picks to try to sign Ayuk because remember, you still have to pay Ayuk, and Ayuk is going to want wide receiver 1-2 money. He ain't worth 1-2 money.
And here's my question.
You're right, cuz you're right. But if he's not willing to re-sign with a team that he's established with, who has a rapport, he wants wide receiver one money.
But he's not a wide receiver one. He's a compliment
That's
piece.
not gonna, and this is not taken away from his talent because he's a good receiver, but he ain't the number one option. When he winds up, okay, let's say that he does become not a wide receiver one. Do you think he's going to command a double team being wide receiver number one? No, he don't even get double team right now when he's on the field. Jacoby Myers gets more double team than Brandon Ayuk. Why? It's because Jacoby Myers is on the field more than Brandon Ayuk. I don't think it's about the ego, cuz it's about that man is what he think he's worth. There's no ego in there. He thinks he's good enough to go out there and get wide receiver one money. Because if it was put this way, He's been winning with the Niners. The Niners have offered him a contract. I'm pretty sure. And it was like, ain't enough money. I don't need that coming into the locker room and deterring away from what the Raiders are building because that's also going to bring cockiness. And you can say Antonio Pierce should do this at the third, but these wide receivers, man, if he come there and he ain't getting the ball like he was getting the ball with the Niners, because all the focusness is going to Jacoby Myers, it's going to go to Adams, and we have a tremendous tight end. You know what I'm saying? And now he's down the total pole because the way the offense is set is to stretch the field, and Tucker's getting those deep balls. Because guess what? The man can run a 4-2, 4-3. And we're getting a young quarterback that can throw the ball down the field. We already have two receivers that can cover the middle of the field and slightly stretch the field in Adams and Myers. I'm not willing to break up the chemistry just for one player. And again, now if he wants to come in for a friendly deal and we give up like maybe a fifth or a sixth for him, I'm down for that. But you're not going to get Devontae Adams money. That's not happening. You're not going to get Justin Jefferson money. Some team might give him that, but I don't think it's going to come from Las Vegas. Hey, KP get past the seeds, bro. He wants some spitters.
Well, I mean, this portion is brought to you by Seeds. There you go.
Oh, he got barbecue flavor at that too. Hey, those are my go-to if I can't find the ranch. I do like the ranch ones. The ranches are very, very, very good.
Ranch is not bad. Of course, another replace the original, but barbecue is a very good substitute.
The original is the original. You can never go wrong with that.
Oh no, never that. But I mean, it's a touchy subject because I mean, again, some people don't understand. It's okay being the number 2 receiver. I mean, it was okay for Henry Eller to be the complement to Flipper Anderson. It was okay for Gary Clark and Art Monk to be the second to Ricky Sanders and vice versa. It was okay for John Taylor to be the second to Jerry Rice. John Taylor made a dang good career being Jerry Rice's second. He had a very good career off of that. So there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
I mean, how many times have NFL players taken the money and it did not pan out the way it wanted to? Perfect example, Alvin Harper. Wins back-to-back Super Bowls. Man left, went to the Redskins, went to the Buccaneers. You hardly heard from Alvin Harper again in the NFL.
Yep.
Should have knew his role and should have shut his mouth. He should have, but he didn't.
No disagreement from me on that one.
So, if IU wants to leave, leave. We will have other people thrive in your role. So if you want to leave, leave. Get out.
You got Bell. You got Jennings.
That they do.
This draft is full of sleeper receivers you can get later on in the rounds who will pay it out. So
it's a great situation to be in.
yeah.
But nonetheless, it is getting late in the midnight hour. And me and Mizzle do need to take naps and
And we gave you guys 2 shows today.
2 shows. Gave you an Ace NFL show and a recap of the NBA playoffs as they are set. Again, Warriors and Kings on Wednesday. Then you have the Bulls and the Hawks and the Sixers and the Heat going at it in game number 1 on the slate on Tuesday. Which, before we go, back to the MLB scores real quick. As we were trying to give you an update.
Did you
Again,
forget the beloved Giants taking the L in Tampa Bay?
well, they left the run. They left too many runs on the bats in Thursday's game for sure, or yesterday's game when they scored 11. But Rays beat the Giants 9-4. Blake Snell struggled again against his former team. Again, A's beat the Nationals 7-6. Diamondbacks shot the Cardinals 5-0. Red Sox beat the Angels 5-4. Orioles beat the Brewers 6-4. Pirates all over the Phillies 9-2. Blue Jays shot the Rockies 5-0. Braves beat the Marlins by 2, 9-7, and the Royals lose to the Mets 2-1.
And McCutchen hit his 300 home run today. Yesterday.
Yes. Congratulations to Andrew McCutchen. Yes.
Tremendous baseball player.
Yes. Tremendous baseball player. Even a better human being, and one of the most versatile players we have in the league, period. But, yeah. 2 shows. Gave you 2 shows. 1 8th NFL related. 1 Mizzle and Dub show related. So, we appreciate all you guys for chiming in, as Zordox Son will take us out, as he always does.
Yes, and those beats from the A7FL, those were beats that he has done a couple of years back that I'm just now figuring out. So maybe with the A7FL, we'll try to feature different beats for the intro, but I'm not going to change that outro beat because that one just slaps. We'll let that one ride out for a little bit, but maybe on the intro to the show, we'll feature maybe a new beat or old beat from him. But until our new year, that we're coming up on, year 4? Are we going year 4?
Year 4, yeah.
So we'll have maybe a new intro, but I don't think we're going to change this one right here for a minute, though.
So, all of our guys for coming in and watching, and of course chiming in on the comments page. Now, if you want to be a guest on the show, reach out to Mizzle, reach out to myself, and say you want to be a guest, and we will let you on. Again, shout out to everybody for tuning in and watching. As we go a little bit over an hour, you have been watching the Mizzle and Dub Show number 185, and as always, it's 5 o'clock. Some damn where. You guys take care of yourself and each other. And a reminder, you have been watching the Mizzle and Dub Show. Be safe out there. God bless.
Yeah.